true story is called Oil in Reserve Pits. Back in 1981, I was testing a well outside of San Angelo, Texas, in Wall, and the place was just farmland deluxe, and we had a drilling rig going there, and we drilled down for an outfit out of Fort Worth, Texas, called March Petroleum. And these guys were pretty good, and they had them an oil well deluxe. The reserve pits were just full of oil. Well, this farmer, old man, come walking up on the drilling rig floor, and we was getting ready to run this test, and he said, do I have an oil well? And I said, you got any deer or turkeys? He said, oh yeah. He said, if you want to shoot some of them, he said, just go down there to the clover patch early in the morning at daylight and shoot all you want. He said, dadgum, he said, they're just covering me up. And I said, well, if you'll let me go hunting, I'll see to it that we get you a well. Well, he already had a well, but he didn't know it. I did. And so next morning, we started the tools off bottom, and I told that mudlogger, I said, get over here in the car with me, and let's go down here and see if we can shoot a deer or a turkey. Well, we drove down the road a little bit, and we hadn't been gone 2 minutes from the rig, and there was a whole herd of wild turkeys out there. So I stepped out with a Remington 22 automatic, and I pop, killed 4 of them just by shooting into the herd. Went out there and got them, threw them in the back of the Oldsmobile. Went on down. This kid got out and opened up the gate to get into this clover patch. I pulled in there, and right off the bat, I saw this little 6-point, and I pulled down on him with a Remington Model 430-06 and shot him, and he went to running around in a circle and took off. And I knew he was hit real good because I heard the bullet hit him. I knew he was dead. He was running around in a circle kissing his ass goodbye. And then I pulled the car on up a little bit, and here was the biggest, nicest, prettiest whitetail buck I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, he was gorgeous. And I opened up the door, and I slid that gun outside of the door there. And back in those days, when your telephone rang, your horn honked. They were radio-controlled telephones. And dadgum, my horn went to honking, and I thought, well, now, do I want to talk to Bernard, or do I want to shoot this deer? Well, I decided to shoot the deer first. So I pulled down, and I shot that deer. I heard it hit him, and then I picked up the phone and talked to my boss, and we visited there for a minute, and that deer run off. And that kid said, well, you missed him. I said, I didn't miss him. I know I hit him. I heard it hit. Hit him right in the chest. He was standing looking right at me. And so I went ahead and finished up with Bernard and hung up the phone and drove down there. And sure enough, there was this great big whitetail buck laying there. And I mean, he was 13-point. He was a magnificent deer. And I picked him up and put him in the trunk with those 4 turkeys. And there wasn't any room for anything else. So I drove back to the drilling rig. And those hands are out there, those roughnecks, and I said, string this sucker up in underneath the derrick there, and let's gut him out. And so they said, we'll do that. And I said, well, good, you do that, and I'll bring you another. And so I got in the car with this kid, and he said, you missed that other deer? I said, no, I didn't miss him. I know I hit him. He's dead. So we drove down there, and sure enough, that other little old 6-point was laying there, and we picked him up and threw him in the back of the car. Had him back up the drilling rig, and that other one was already gutted and ready to go. And we put him in the trunk, put the 6-point out, skinned all the turkeys, had everything done in less than 10 minutes. I had 2 deer and 4 turkeys in 10 minutes. Back in the old days, you could do stuff like that. Now, remember, these are nearly true stories, and so I'm not going to testify for the fact that I did shoot all those turkeys at one time, but I guarantee you it was a lot of fun in those days, and it sure was good eating. Oilfield Trash likes to eat, and I'm one of them, boys. There's more of these stories coming, and I sure hope y'all like them. And if you do, give me a holler, shoot me an email at jcolquitt@oilfieldtrash.com or bob@oilfieldtrash.com. I do answer Bob's email. Bob, you know, is my imaginary monkey. And he's got a dog named Cigarette, but that's another story. All right. Talk to you later.